Hello, good morning. And this is Wednesday. And as promised, every Wednesday we have our CEO and President here at the GREENMIle Session. So, hi Miss May, kumusta?
Yes, hello to all our G-milers, to all our viewers, and to our friends and family who keep supporting GREENMIle. Magandang umaga ho sa ating lahat. Isang panalong Wednesday. It's a Wednesday for all of us. I hope everyone is well despite the rain in Manila. And of course, we'd also want to let our G-milers, friends and family who are in calamity areas with the recent earthquake. Sana po okay lang po kayo dyan. And this morning, dahil marami tayong nararanasan, marami tayong pinagdadaanan.
True.
This might be a good topic this morning, no?
That is correct, Miss May. And again, welcome back to another Wednesday chit chat over a cup of coffee.
Ay,
Diba?
iba rin!
So today, we are so excited to discuss another great topic.
Yes!
Something new, but always relatable. Yes. So it's great to greatness. Ano
Yes.
nga ba ang great, madam? How do we achieve greatness because of grit? Nako, diba? Exciting! And I'm sure this will be an interesting topic for everyone. And with that being said, you have viewers to Grit. Hello.
Hello, everyone! Thank you for joining us. We're doing Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays are panalong days.
Sure.
Dahil panalo ako sa raffle. Ako ang nasa hot seat. But on Thursdays, we usually have guests. And that's where Pete, si Sess, is really working with our guests, talking about certain topics that are also relatable and helpful and relevant to our lives. Fairness, parang maganda tayo today.
For sure. At
I like the lighting.
Ayan naman yung gusto ko talaga naman. Ang
Ay,
ganda ng
iba
lighting
rin.
natin. Walang bakas ng alam mo na, ng bagyo. Hello, shout out to Miss Jen Caniera from Chicago.
Ay, iba rin!
Dan!
Hello,
Lumaban ka ng
Jennifer
mahimbing.
from Chicago. Yan talagang deserve ang bell.
Diba? Okay, so I believe we are now all set and ready. Once again, welcome to the GREENMIle Session, where we'll have great conversations over a cup of coffee. So, what are you waiting for? Gina! So, Miss May...
Gina ba ako?
Gina.
Okay.
Gina ba kayo?
Gina!
Diba?
Ayan, shout out to Jennifer.
Shout out to everyone who's watching.
From
Shout out-
Chicago.
Correct,
Wow,
Pinaka
what
Pearl.
time is it in Chicago? Maybe about 10 o'clock.
10, yes. So, Ms. May, as always, may prepare po kaming mga questions
Ba rin?
related
Yan ang
to
Q&A.
the grit to greatness topic natin for today.
Wow,
Diba?
you're so smart!
Hello! Ano tong basic lang to sa... Anyway, so, Ms. May, what really is the concept of grit? Is this something,
okay.
I'm so sorry, is this something new? But before you answer that, I would like to
Paisip ako eh.
I would like to greet one of our executives, Ms. Sheer Valdez.
Hi, Mother! We miss you!
We miss you,
See you
Mother.
soon!
Sige, madam. Lumaban ka ng mahimbing.
There was in the recent years a study, and it was even used sa TED Talk, no, that grit is a new concept for people or individuals. It has a totally different meaning that ako personally, we can capsule it in one of my readings, no. It might be capsulated grit as goal, resilience, intention, and time. That's grit.
Wow.
Let me just inform everyone, no, na they might practically say that I'm an expert. It is not. The reason why we're talking about certain topics is because this is pure experiential, based on personal readings and based on personal experience. This is our version, our story of how we relate to certain concepts. So for today, great. Look, teacher.
Well, naging teacher ka naman, madam.
Oo.
Lumaban.
Grit for me, as part of my readings, I've also seen that yes, it can be capsulated to goal, resilience, intention, and time. Siyempre, tatanong mo kung bakit.
Di ba? Naunahan niya lang ako. Hindi mo lang natanong ko.
Yes, because, grit it has something to do with goals. Because developing grit has to have commitment to long-term goals. It's easier to set goals, long-term goals, but it's just so hard to get the commitment long-term.
Oh, it's a different story for sure.
Wow! Diba, Jai? As they say, dream big, but the hustle is sold separately.
Correct.
So sometimes, even when you're trying to reach your goals and something happens, that's where resilience comes in, the letter R. When you have your goals, of course, it's not an easy road. It's not an easy path. There would always be failures,
For sure.
setbacks, distractions. No? So that's where resilience comes in. Are you committed enough to stay on track? Or if not stay on track, bounce back.
Correct.
Because there are two ways to actually treat failure. You can either treat failure as something that it can ruin you and just walk away,
Right.
or treat failure as an opportunity to improve, to build yourself, or rebuild something out of it.
Right.
So that's how you bounce back. And sometimes failure is a learning tool. Oh,
I agree.
It's a learning tool because only when you fail that you gain the wisdom out of the experience. By then, you become a better and a newer version of yourself.
I agree. I completely agree. Ako, I'm sorry to cut you off, madam, but
Wow, best in English.
hello, easy. Charot. But ako nakakalit talaga ako dyan. Lalo na sa mga I'm having goosebumps as she was saying those things. I just forgot the things that you have said. But anyway, totoo. Relatable yan, yes.
Oo. Kasi diba, technically, when we go through life, when we experience life, and there's a quote saying, oh well, life happened, so here I am. But any experience, especially with failure, setbacks, or distractions, you should always come out a better version of yourself. Personal experience. You know how it is, our family, or me personally, from childhood to even midlife, we're not people of pedigree. We don't have generational wealth.
No,
What we had was really more of the determination to make it in life. Because for people really looking up to some other people as well, you can't help but, wish that you could also get on a certain level of life where you could say, not necessarily too comfortable, but better than your life before.
Sure.
Diba? The intention, the goal is always like that. But of course, in the process of trying to achieve all these things, to get to your dreams, to your goals, whether short-term, mid-term, or so much so long-term, especially when you're growing up and you see all things and you see all these influential people in your life, friends, community, and then something happens, which was technically not part of your plans.
Totoo.
So, sometimes it really takes you to frustration, disappointment, and even in times where you even question yourself, diba? Was my effort not enough? Am I not enough? I've done so much, but still it didn't work. Those are the questions you always say. Bait naman ako. Ginawa ko naman lahat. Pero bakit hindi siya nangyayari? Diba? So sometimes you lose sight of what it is teaching you. That sometimes a rejection is a redirection.
And question ko lang, madam, kasi of all the things that you have gone through, parang I'm sure you almost gave up. So, anong nagpakapit talaga sa'yo, madam?
Wala, bongga pa ting question. Pang Miss Universe. Papaisip. Naya, I mean, you know, it's not like you are strong since birth, diba?
Diba?
You always have those times where you cry yourself to sleep, you question life, you question even God sometimes.
Yep.
You even say, I'm not that bad. Why does this happen to me? You are called by many names, many labels, and somehow, in a way, it does affect you, but it is now up to you on how you will really take it. In a way that, would you want those things to ruin you? Or would you want those things to be a stepping stone to a better you?
Totoo.
Diba?
Totoo.
But the question of, have I thought of giving up? Oh my God, countless times. Diba? Countless
Absolutely,
times.
yes.
It's just probably that when you're, let's say it was part of me being an eldest daughter and also a mother,
Right.
that you don't get to easily give up.
Right.
Even if you are losing your mind at a certain degree, no? You just keep going. Sometimes I don't know where am I going, but you just keep going. And most importantly, your intention is always for the good and as aligned to your goals. I guess that's what's more important, because if you want to achieve things, it would always be beyond your comfort zone. You should be willing to be in a very uncomfortable situation.
Right.
It's discomfort. You lose people. You lose time. You lose the perks. Say, for example, if you really want to get to somewhere, sometimes you don't have the time to sleep. You don't have the time to rest. You don't have the time to go home and be with your family. For me personally, I had to leave my child, 8
Right.
years old,
Right.
in the province because I had to build a career because life happened to us. So the only way that we can go through it was first to accept that this is what life has given me, and second is to bounce back.
Correct.
And then when you bounce back, make sure that this time you hold on to your goal, keep going, and really try your best to hold on to your values. At the end of the day, I think it's the core values that carries you through, and it builds character. That's why it takes us to the letter I, intention. Everything has to be intentional.
Right.
What you do, intentional. But intentional is totally different from interest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people does things because they have personal interests over situations,
Right.
over people.
True.
But what is important is you have the intention that if you do something, this is practically intended to better our life as a family, better the life of my daughter, or bring us closer to a certain goal. Or simply, to be better as a person.
True.
To be better as a person than yesterday, as I was yesterday. But not necessarily to be better than others. Those are two different things too. And then time. I have learned in my 4 decades of growing, that all things comes through time. Time figures out itself. We trust the process. We don't hurry. We don't worry. As long as you keep your focus, you keep going, and don't lose sight of your goals.
True.
If intentions are good, work is in place, values are solid, character is pretty much profound, then I don't think whether in a short term or long term you will fail. But you just have to trust the process.
Right.
Because grit really is something you develop also. It's not like we're born with it. Because sometimes it is your experience, your failures, the setbacks that gives you grit, or that develops grit, or that grows grit in you. Sabi nga nila, nothing can be gained without losing. Because even heaven demands death for you to experience heaven and eternal life.
Correct.
Diba, Day?
Natuod ako. Nagagwaray ako. I'm sorry. Nasabi ko sa
Ganun
dialect
talaga,
namin.
friend.
And I'm sure a lot of our viewers can relate to what you are saying right now, madam.
Oo.
Diba? Discolored first, ano pa lang yan ha? First question pa lang yan. May ngayak-ngayak na hukam. May ngayak-ngayak na
Because
hukam.
it takes you back to certain ano.
So, i-shoutout muna natin si Sir Michael Marin, si Sir Ricky Lacandazo, si Kuya Noel Ian, si Ma'am Juliet Portugal, si Sir Angel Onyate, Sir Marvin Bailomo, sino pa ba? To everyone who's watching, hindi ko po makita ang lahat ng names nyo. To Ms. Evelyn Tan, hello po.
Hello everyone.
Good
I'm also
morning.
trying to check on my phone if I
Diba,
can
ako
see
rin
it. Anyway, hello, good morning everyone. Wednesday, Panalo Day.
Totoo, nako. Isang question pa lang yun ha. Mangiyak-ngiyak na ho kami. Then, eto madam, how do we develop grit?
Well, I guess the best way to develop grit is really to develop the mindset that anything that happens to your life, because it's easy to live a life of a good life. It's easy when you have a comfortable life. It's easy to thread through certain paths that are untainted, not crooked. Kumbaga, it's hard to live a life when you have all things happening right in front of you. It's breaking you, it's hurting you, it gives you so much pain. That's where you really have to take a grip of yourself,
Right.
take a hold of the core values you hold on to, and really don't lose focus of the goals that you have in life. Sometimes people also gets to, because of the frustration, being distracted or being diverted away from the original goal that you were trying to like thread through, you totally lose the zest for life. You totally lose the interest of moving forward. We have to remember that when we talk about bouncing back or really winning in life, it doesn't take just one time. And grit in relation to that is not a one and done thing.
That is correct.
Right? It is something that you grow. It is something that you develop. Unfortunately, grit becomes more solid when you go through more in life. Bad experiences, bad treatment, bad people, failure, setbacks, even, you know how it is when you live in a very small community? Sometimes the way people perceive you because of your background, because of how you were raised, or because of your personal choices, people would call you names, label you, and you have to deal with it. And when you're young, for example, and you're growing up, child, teenager, it's not something really easy to take.
Oh, no.
Because you have not gained much experience to really just brush it off and say, oh, I'm done with it, and that's okay.
Right.
That's why, given all these experiences, it molds you to develop the mindset that you are unbreakable, because it takes so much also to know yourself,
Right.
what you can do, what you're capable of, and what are you willing to take to get through everything. Because if you keep on listening of what people would say about you, I don't think you want to live your life based on how people perceive you.
Right.
There are social norms for sure. That's why you say it's bad, it's good. But sometimes also, it's good to really discern. There might be bad or good, but how does it affect you and your life? Is it also okay to keep distance, to give your space, to draw some boundaries?
Right.
Because remember, people are always expected to be kind. Yes, you can be kind, but do not be a pushover. Those are two different things. Diba? Kasi hindi ito kagaya ng telenovela.
Right.
Na
This is
yes,
real life.
oo, na you are kind, yes, but make sure you draw the line too. Now you're not
Draw
just
boundaries,
tolerating
yes.
everyone.
That is correct.
I have a very good friend, si Bon. She told me back in the days, she told me that be careful of what you tolerate to be sure of what you encourage. Hala ka, friend.
Ang lalim.
Yes.
Ang lalim.
You have to be careful of the things that you tolerate. Because by then, you show kindness.
Right.
There are certain allowances for mistakes, allowances for dealing with people, of how they treat you, how they behave. But you should also be careful of how you tolerate them and up to what extent. Then draw the line. Because otherwise, you encourage them to just run over you,
Take advantage of you.
take advantage of you,
That is correct.
and you become a pushover. And it's not totally kindness.
And it's not okay.
And it is not okay. And
Never.
it's also okay to be really direct and straightforward, but in a good way.
Right.
You can always talk about it and say, hey,
Right.
this isn't good anymore. Both for the relationship, both for the friendship, both as colleagues, both as family, right? There are tough conversations that you have to go through. And sometimes it takes a process and a character to be able to get through those tough conversations. But at the end, it pays off.
True.
Diba?
This is really timely and relevant, especially now that young people are experiencing anxiety, depression because of all these emotional things. Kasi sabi mo nga, maybe now because she has gained a lot of experience, ang dami niyong mapupulutang
Mostly
aral.
bad. Keme.
Di ba?
Oo.
And I hope this session now will really help you to think twice before doing not good things to
Yes.
yourself. Di ba?
Oo.
Kasi lalo na ngayon, a lot of people are committing suicide because
True.
of it's just sad.
Oo.
It's just really sad. And I hope may kapupulutan kayong aral dito. Lalo na,
Yes.
isi-share namin to and I hope these will reach you.
Yes,
This
yes.
will really reach you.
Yeah,
Kasi-
I think for the younger people,
Yes.
sometimes when I'm talking to my friends who are also parents, and there's this one, I think, talk show I've watched, saying that sometimes the young people, the reason why they're kind of fragile is also because of our parenting. Why? For example, our generation, we've been through a lot. To be honest, We can even say that we have been verbally abused by parents. Sorry, ma. Because they will really tell you, oh, kung tamad ka, magiging alilang kanin ka. I mean, that's how moms would usually use discipline during our time. You'd be really verbally, you'd hear it on a day-to-day basis. But maybe that's how we practically also develop that, okay pala ang pinapagalitan.
Right.
Even with the teachers before, when they're tiger look, diba, and very disciplinarian, they really teach you to be, to be on your toes, to really be ready,
yourself.
and really instill the discipline. And because of what we have practically experienced, sometimes it becomes crucial in parenting.
Right.
Because the intention of the parents now is really to make sure that the kids do not experience what we have experienced.
True.
Kasi parang we want to nurture them because we have experienced it differently.
Correct.
But at the end, we realize sometimes a bit or a right amount of discipline to be instilled with children is something that they can actually carry on as they grow older.
Right.
Because the world out there is not as kind as the parents. The world is harsh. Office politics, community, even your neighbors can make or break you.
Friends.
Your friends.
Unexpectedly.
Exactly. And that's how life is.
Correct.
Because world is not perfect.
Yep.
Diba? Hindi naman tayo lahat princess.
Yes, hello.
At kahit ang mga princess, diba, mababash, or people would really say things. Or yes, because that's how life is. And that's how the world is.
Correct.
So you have to instill among your kids also, as part of your discipline and parenting, that there may be a bigger world out there. Yes, you can develop your goals, but you have to be ready emotionally, psychologically.
For sure.
Diba? Because the true gauge of a good parenting, I guess, is when you see your kid thriving who is not with you. Because it's a test case that your discipline instilled in that child is something that they carry even without you looking after them closely.
And knowing that the world is very hard.
Very hard. Right.
Diba?
That's why we try to teach our children independence, discipline, and sometimes it's good to give them options or choices. Because that way, they're able to also learn how to decide. And it's not you deciding for them all the time. Because we won't be there forever. And I've learned that with my mom. Because my mom would always tell me, if you decide to go out there, even to play outside, you should not be coming home and crying and telling me to go back to your friends just because they bullied you or, you should be able to take care of yourself. Things that I've learned growing up. Plus, yes, when I went out in the world, oh God, tell me about it. I've experienced every single life situation out there. Failing in relationships. Diba, people would sometimes say, I don't want to go on employment because I'm not for it. I'm not cut out for it. I don't want to be dealing with bosses. Yung ganon. Pero at the end of the day kasi, for people like us, professionals, we have to deal with the workplace environment, the dynamic that comes along with it, even the politics that comes along with it, and even have to deal with bosses, colleagues, and even friends that has totally a different persona or character from you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone has to be like it.
Correct.
Diba? The reason why it's an organization is because it's a blend of all characters.
And you have to work with each other.
The best thing is to know how to deal and work with them.
True.
Rather than imposing yourself to them.
Correct.
Diba?
Correct.
Because a
Correct.
healthier organization is allowing people to be themselves but well within the level of professionalism.
Yes.
Yun din ang sinabi ko during our first episode, diba?
Sure.
You cannot be telling me na, no, accept me as we are. Oy, guy, you are in a workplace.
Correct.
There has to be a certain level of decorum, professionalism, standard of values. Now, when you're at home, even your family doesn't allow you to be like that. Why would we allow you here in the office? Diba? That's how it is. And ito, ako personally, because of my experience, I also want to share this to entrepreneurs, managers, or even leaders. For us, guiding young professionals also, being managers, I have always wanted someone to look up to when I'm working.
Right.
What is important to me usually is the working environment. I love it when I'm inspired because the work is something I can do.
Correct.
I can read about it. I can be trained for it. I mean, I can be honed. I can develop the skill set.
Sure.
But the working environment plays an important role for me. But it's different for different people. Ako personally, I want a more relaxed yet professional environment.
That's why we all love it here in GREENMIle.
Yes.
Diba?
It's okay to be honest or to be direct to people of deliverables so that they know their responsibilities, accountability.
Yes.
But it's also not bad to have fun with your colleagues.
Yeah, just like what we're doing.
Because the more relaxed you are, the more that you get to know your colleagues, the easier it is to talk about different things, targets, or even resolve conflicts.
And to work with them.
Yes,
Diba?
and simply working and having a solid team.
That is correct.
And perhaps the leaders, the managers, it is also our accountability to somehow be exemplified.
Yes.
Because respect is earned, especially in the Filipino workforce.
Totoo.
People would usually source inspiration from their bosses. And once they see it from their leaders or their bosses, that they're working, they're really sincere when it comes to dealing with their staff and the team, it affects them directly or indirectly na sila na mismo, they're totally motivated to also deliver.
Right.
Diba? You don't even have to tell them.
Right. Totoo yan. Kasi kami mismo, like here in GREENMIle, kami mismo, we work. We will work.
But we have fun too.
Of course.
You never lose the FUN.
Totoo yan. And with that being said, ako i-shoutout muna natin sila.
Ay,
Sir
ang
Marco
dami!
Pajares, Ma'am Susan Benito, Ma'am Julian Rodriguez.
Hello everyone!
Ma'am Jane, Mary Jane R.L. Dooms, or Mary Jane Dumalagan, Sir Rodney Ulaya,
We si Rodney,
Yes.
one of our guests
Yes.
sa GMiler.
Sir Andy Portillo, the love of
Ay,
your life.
familiar! Supportive!
Correct.
Ako ba pinapanood niya? Hinanap niya si Jiwi.
Maybe si Jiwi. But eto, may isang comment si Sir Marco Pajares. Sabi niya, this is a very nice discussion, te, and big. Big is my big boy. Big boy. That's my palayaw.
Lumabas. Lumabas ang iyong
Pero
true.
I prefer princess. Martika. But sabi niya, very relatable ito sa akin, though I'm just an uncle to my nephews and nieces. True. Sabi niya, true parenting style had really evolved and we become protective of our kids now.
Yes.
At least on my part as an uncle, kids nowadays also need to be reminded to toughen up, but support system is also everything. Thank you for the beautiful reminder.
Yes, even the uncles and the family also. I understand the intention to be overprotective and to really care for our kids, but sometimes you have to let them live their life in their own terms.
True.
So that they will learn. Let them fail.
Correct.
Diba?
Correct.
Because it's only in failing that they will actually develop the wisdom na, hindi pala. But you also give them the right advice advice
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
or let them realize what just happened and talk them out of it.
Sure.
So that the next time it comes to their life or it happens again, they know what to do because
Yep.
they get reminded
Yep.
of how it happened in the past.
Yes.
I think we usually gain wisdom out of experiences.
That's true. That's
Oo.
true. From failure.
Yeah.
Diba?
Doon ako doctorate.
Totoo. May certificate ba doon? Doctoral degree. In
Marami
failure.
akong
In failure.
nalaman eh. Kaya
Diba?
marami tayong natutunan eh. And also, one thing about parenting also, about grit, no? Your children will also develop grit when you do not look at them as your replica.
Totoo yan.
Diba? We cannot
Totoo yan.
expect our kids to
To
be
be
exactly who we are. They will definitely develop their own persona, their own talent, even the intellect and the achievements. They will have their own milestones
That's
and not necessarily a copycat of their own.
Yes.
What we can only pray is for them to be happy
Correct.
and to be fulfilled of the life they choose to have.
Right. Let them carve their
Own
own way.
path.
So
Yeah.
as long as you are guiding them.
Yes.
And, diba, instill sa kanila yung values, the
Yes.
discipline, and everything.
Yes,
Diba?
kasi you're not going to be there forever.
That is
And
correct.
that's how you also instill grit in them. Now, even if you're no longer there to guide them, they'd be firm enough
Yes.
to really thread through life.
Totoo yan.
Diba?
That's firm.
Oo,
Totoo yan,
because
totoo yan.
sometimes integrity, discipline is best tested when no one is looking.
Correct, correct. And I'm sure one of the best parent na nanonood ngayon, si Ma'am Janice Benito. Hello.
Hello!
She can relate.
Welcome po ang mga family.
Diba? She can
Oo,
relate.
they're
She can
all
relate for
watching.
sure.
Hello,
Yes.
hello!
Yes, and shout out to Fit Fusion Drinkers. Hello, Gina G.
And thank you to Marco for a very good feedback and comment.
And my follow-up, so sabi niya, so beautiful, imagine having this kind of discussion with your friends and family while drinking
GREENMIle, hello! Yay! Thank
Gusto ko
you,
talaga si Kuya Marco. Maraming
Maraming support.
salamat.
Salamat!
Correct.
Truly appreciate
You
it.
like and follow his FB page.
Oo, marami rin siyang content.
Yes,
Oo.
yes, nagbablog din siya.
Thank you.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
Madam Teresa Lazaro. Ay, si Madam.
Ay, iba rin.
The very baguettes, Madam. Hello, man.
Hello, ma'am.
We miss you. GREENMIle coffee gets me going, so healthy and yummy. Agree.
Agree. I totally agree.
Diba?
I cannot last a day without GREENMIle coffee now.
Wow, kanta ba to?
Oo. Ikaw na lang kumanta.
Ano yun?
Won't last a day
without G. Ayos kayo.
Yun ang sunod mong kantahin, friend.
Oo, chat-chat na lang. Anyway, so, pangalawa pa lang yun, ha? Di ba,
Marami ka bang question, friend?
Last na to. Last
Hindi
na
ako
to.
handa.
Last na to.
Okay.
Last na. Di ba, napaka-interesting ng topic natin
Yeah.
today. I'm sure, naku, tinan mo yung mga nagko-comments, yung mga nanonood ngayon. Shoutout pala sa 21 million viewers natin. Hello!
Hindi ko kinaya. Baka mag-31.
22
Lahat
na.
ng bumoto. Karen.
Hoy! 22 na po! 22 na po! Bakit naman gagawing state witness? Hello everyone! Anyway, so what do we need to develop grit?
Well, the reason why there has been a couple of studies in the recent years about grit is because it has been proven that as we thread through life, it is very important that you set goals, but these are long-term goals. But more than that, you have the resilience to stay committed to it.
True.
And developing the resilience takes an effort, conscious effort, to keep going, to really brush off all the negativity,
True.
developing the mindset, and the true intention of where you want to go, plus the patience to trust the process.
It is really important.
Kasi sometimes, it's easier to cherish things or say savor moments that comes off easily. But those things or situations or even victories that comes long after years of hard work, frustration, and even distraction, It's the attitude while waiting that's very important. And that's the true patience there.
True. I
Diba?
agree.
The attitude while waiting for things to happen. That is the more important part. That defines your intention, that defines your resilience. The waiting is killing, as they say. But are you willing? That's a question of yes or no from you guys.
True. And sabi ni Kuya Noel, shoutout pala kay Kuya Noel.
Hi, Kuya!
Yes. Sabi niya, I'm just happy how GREENMIle put you into this. Nakaka-proud to know you both personally. Totoo yan. And I'm a living witness how life really made you what you are now. Padayon ang kadasig, mayo and princess.
Hello, princess ka talaga!
Ano ba nakalagay
Ikaw
dyan?
mo ang princess!
Hindi ko nababasa yung BIG. Parang princess ko.
Yes! Because that's, I think, the only way to live and love your best life.
Ayun, no?
It's not about wealth, it's not about material things, although comfort gives you a lot of, options and choices in life, but you don't get comfort, options, and choices much if you don't work for it.
Correct. So, with all of those great things that you have said, Madam, how can you relate our GREENMIle coffee from grit to greatness?
Okay. Startup is also tough,
You know.
especially in the industry that we are in.
Wait lang, Madam. Maraming salamat po sa principals natin.
Yes, the founders.
Maraming salamat.
Yes, the founders.
Thank you so much.
I remember when I was about to decide to move to the company, someone told me, "Now, are you ready to take on a startup? Because you've been a corporate person for a long time."
Right.
Okay. Now, for me personally, as I was saying earlier, this is also a true test of grit. Being able to challenge yourself and dare yourself to start something and to build something that can actually be yours. Your goal, your passion, your dream. Because when GREENMIle was being built, it started with a dream. It is also built out of deep passion for coffee. But of course, there are naysayers and doubters. There would always be people
For sure.
who will say, coffee industry, that's too tight of competition, May.
Ang dami na niyan.
Oh, it's just hype, People would always tell you that. But it would always be up to you to really think whether do they make sense or my plans and my intentions makes more sense.
For sure.
Diba?
Totoo yun.
So, for me personally, I've worked in different industries. I've worked from the smallest to the biggest companies. But it is neither being big nor being small nor being startup. It's about your dedication to really put in the work, put in the goal, and be resilient enough to first build it, let it take off, and develop the belief that this is worth pursuing, and this is worth sharing.
Right.
Because success doesn't come from just one person alone.
True. And we thank those people who questions us.
Sometimes
diba?
it fuels you.
Yes.
It fuels the drive to do more.
We accept the challenge.
Yeah. I mean,
We accept
those
the
things, you can never take that away.
Correct.
You can never take away doubts. Because even yourself, sometimes you doubt
Totoo
yourself,
yan,
right?
totoo yan.
Whether, am I doing the right thing? Is this something that will work for us? But that's just probably how it is as related to a
Right,
business
right.
or a startup like
Right.
this. It's really a trial and error.
Yes.
Even with life. You plan this, you have your goals. If the strategy doesn't work, strategies can be flexible,
Correct.
but stay focused on the goal. That's where your EQ and AQ and your grit comes in.
Diba?
Will you just say no automatically just because one thing didn't happen
Right.
or didn't work?
Yep.
Or would you want to focus more on how do you do things better for it to be right?
Right.
Or at least not necessarily right, because there's no one single formula that would probably tell us this is how the business works. Because there's a lot of interplay of different factors.
True.
It could be the industry, it could be the business model, it could be the people running it, it could be the goal, you know?
True.
So what is important is look at everything,
Yep.
study, and be resilient enough to withstand,
Right.
regardless. Because if you really have a goal, you have to work for it, towards it. There's discomfort. You lose your ego, even your pride.
Totoo yan.
Diba? Shut out, tune out everything, all the noise, and just focus on what you can do. But benchmark on the good things that you see. Because there's always work outside of you and work inside of you. And those should be aligned. The good things, take it. And do it better.
Yep.
Because you cannot also claim
Right.
that we are the best in this industry.
Right.
Just because. Diba? It would always be an effort to make things better. There's always been a lot of coffee in the market for a very long time.
Correct.
That's for sure. And we're not claiming that it's only us
Yep.
in the market. But what we are saying is that we are a healthier shift. We are a healthier choice. We are a company that would offer you the love for coffee, but doing it the healthier way.
And we are the best choice.
Gusto ko yan.
Diba?
Yeah.
We're the healthier and the best choice.
Yes.
GREENMIle po yan.
Yes.
Diba?
And, you know, operating, taking the business to take off, it's not easy.
Oh, no.
You have to build your trust. Ako personally, I have always believed in trust. More than anything. The work that you do, the bosses you have, the colleagues you have, the success of a team, the success of the company is mostly anchored on the trust being built within the team, the community that perceives you, the community you're trying to build.
Right.
So, I guess trust is one important part. And that's how grit relates to you, because as I was telling you when we were starting this out, it's not going to be an easy road ahead.
Yep.
There's a lot of challenges, roadblocks, and there's a lot of learning. It doesn't necessarily mean also that I have the monopoly of knowledge, because we will learn as we grow as a company, as a team, as a community. But what is important is we are all willing to go through the experience, learn more, to do more, and be more.
True.
Diba? That's how it is.
Correct. Ang dami-dami talaga nating napag-usapan, di ba? Over a cup of coffee.
I've had coffee since the morning.
Naku, kanina
Dahil
totoo lang.
pressure mo ako
Correct.
for this.
TikTok na kami and all.
Yes! Mamaya yan.
Kayo rin, dapat pag nag-uusap-usap, mas masarap kasi yung usapan pag may GREENMIle coffee.
Yes.
Di ba? Healthy na.
Masarap pa.
Correct.
Ako talaga, I've always believed that there might be a lot of coffee, there might be a lot of choices, but I believe ours is a healthier and a tasteful choice.
Correct. The best nga.
That's
Diba?
why we're also trying to come up with different variants, because we also understand the market that there's no single variant that fits all.
Correct.
There are people who wants a healthy coffee. there are lifestyles that goes for slimming coffee,
Yes.
but there are also people who would want just pure black coffee
Correct.
or no sugar coffee.
Ayan.
That's why we believe in innovation.
Correct. Ilalabas natin.
Yes, we
In the
continuously
coming
innovate.
months. Yes.
And that
Diba?
is part of grit.
Correct.
Knowing that your intention is not just to sell products.
Correct.
You are practically embracing and sharing a different coffee journey with the new generation or with the generation you grew up with or the community you are building. And it takes time.
Right. And all these innovations are in consideration
Yes.
to our customers, to our clients.
Yes,
diba?
to the market. Because we
Yes.
talk to people,
Correct.
we move around, we do taste test session, because those are the best basis of innovating for products.
Correct. Kasi sabi nga ng isang client natin, sabi na, I love black coffee. So that is why magka-come up kami ng black coffee, but healthy.
Yes, our research and development
Yes.
team are really very active that whenever we have feedbacks from the sessions we do outside of our company, because we meet different kinds of people, community, and groups, they take it into heart and really look at it and just doesn't brush it off just because it's not part of the original portfolio maybe or not part of the first variants we're coming up with. But what I love about it is that we're all flexible to the feedback we're receiving, to the sessions we are doing. And by the way, before we forget, can you imagine we're delivering 100 boxes at one time, one single purchase in Dagupan this coming Wednesday.
Next week.
Yan, sasama talaga ako na talaga sa pag-deliver. I-document ko talaga yun. Can you
Correct.
imagine? Maraming salamat sa isa nating distributor also for really sharing the experience and the kind of coffee to his community. So, abangan nyo po sa Wednesday or Thursday po post po namin ang aming experience in our first volume delivery. Diyos ko, track ang level.
I mean, 100 big boxes to, hindi yung 50 inner boxes to. Yan ang
It's
i-deliver namin.
Yes, I'm excited.
Totoo.
You know, more than anything, what I am happy about is the way people embrace our product.
Right.
Na, yes, it is there in the market, but more than anything, they believe in what we believe in.
Yes.
Diba? They have embraced the choices that we have shared with them.
True.
And getting through the same journey with us. Yun ang mas nakahappy ako. It
Yeah.
warms my heart that people are starting to believe our community is really growing, and we're really building trust here.
True.
That's what I'm happy about.
True. Kaya next week ho, excuse niyo ho muna kami sa
Wala kaming Wednesday.
Wala kaming Wednesday. Pero Wednesday naman yan. I-record natin naman yan. From
And then we'll
loading
post
to
it.
unloading.
Yes.
We will do that.
Every step of the
Oh,
way.
totoo,
Also, to inspire people.
Yes.
And to let them see that we are here to really build the community.
Correct. And also, there are a lot of startup companies out there. Don't lose hope.
Yeah, it becomes an inspiration.
Oh.
It's a free market.
Correct.
We're open, and I hope they learn a thing or two, because it's not easy to build a business.
That is correct. And lalayo pa ba tayo sa mga distributors natin? Sa mga hindi pa naging distributor natin.
Exactly.
Huwag kayong dalawang isip to become a distributor. You can start your own business with GREENMIle.
And with the community that we are building, we can all get through it together.
For sure.
Oo.
Ang
And
ganda ng
kaya
suporta.
nagpapasalamat rin tayo sa mga
Maraming
unang batch,
salamat.
both in Leyte, in Metro Manila, in Cebu, for trusting our brand.
In Mindanao.
And Mindanao, for really helping us to really share this journey with everyone. It feels good to know that we're able to do this with a community.
Correct. I agree.
Kaya thank you.
Maraming
Maraming salamat. We're always grateful.
Yes. So, naku, isang oras na po pala kami.
Ay! Tapos na ba ako?
Yes.
Ay, hindi.
Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. Maraming salamat po. Up until now, we still have 15,000 viewers.
Ano?
15,000.
Kahasay.
Mag-hi ka muna.
Hello to all our viewers, and thank you for joining us on your
Yes.
pre-lunch session with us on a Wednesday. Sana panalo ang ating topic today, and it can somehow be a source of inspiration, a relatable topic, something that resonates with you. Hala ka! Spell resonate.
Mamaya na lang, i-chat ko na lang. So, maraming salamat. This has been your host. I'm Seth. And
Yes.
our Madam CEO and President.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Live and love your best life.
Yes, let's continue to live and love our best life with
GREENMIle